Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light. I want to show y'all something, folks. Here we go. This is the full video for Chariots of the Gods. You see this ship that's cloaked, okay? I mean, you clearly can see, like, it's got some type of, like, weaponry on the front, look like a tank turret. You can see the structure of it, that is unnatural. Can't be anything that you would think is a cloud. I mean, like, for sure. But then when we go to the front of it right here, you can see it's aerodynamic. Okay, we'll zoom in. All these ships look like nature. They all resemble fish or some type of animal creature on the front. You see the fish-like tail in the back. We're going to get to that. And then you always see some type of face or projection of a face always on the vessel. And you clearly can see, like, that's a very clear face. Eyes, nose, mouth. And like I said, you can see the pupil. It's just standing out. And you see the colors that are emanating from it. And I'll zoom in a little closer. You see the nostrils and all. I'll pull down some light. And that's the face right there. Okay. Take you to the rear of the craft to show you the tail. Just like an animal or a fish. You can see the detail in it. Almost looks like a crab claw on the end. Okay, and then we'll go back to the front of the craft, where you can see the windscreen. The front of the vessel looks like it has an antenna or some type of appendage sticking out the front. And then we go right here. This looks like the top of a tank, folks. I mean, you can see the detail on it. And I'll zoom out for perspective to show you where that is. It's right here, folks. Right there. It's crazy. Let me bring up the light of my tablet a little bit. There we go. We were right here. Now we're going to go right here, folks. Look at this entity, this being. You clearly see his head, his face, eyes, nose, mouth, elongated neck. You see his body. You see his arm coming around. And his arm has an alligator head on it. Right there, folks. You see the eye. You see the front of the face of the alligator. Top jaws, bottom jaws. And it's connected to this entity's arm. I mean, and body. And I'll zoom in on the face. Folks, if you do your research, they'll tell you that some of the fallen angels or some of the abominations that once lived down here had chompers. That's what they call them. They had hands that were living creatures that would actually bite you. Yeah. Instead of having a hand, you have an intelligent entity on your wrist. That's a serpent or an alligator. Can't make it up, folks. And you can see almost the greenish color in it right there. There's the eyeball. And you see the face of this entity. Fallen angels, folks. Abominations. Weird creatures. Whatever you like to call them. I'm here to show you. I'll show you the face. That's up there also. Nose, mouth, eyes, eyelid. Something on top of the head. Looks like a middle-aged black woman. You see her ear right here. All this is connected to her. It's like a giant headdress. You know what I say, folks? Seeing is believing. Okay? I'll zoom out. Show you the massive vessels. Pull the light back to normal. Engulfing the sky. Making the sunlight look like nothing. Something so dark, light doesn't even shine through it. This is, I mean, closer to the sun and no light shining through it. Just a little bit of light being casted on the rear part of the craft. But other than that, virtually black. Fanta black, the perfect black, where light and lasers can't even be casted upon it. Understand that, folks. And I'll zoom in, and you can see the structure and detail in the vessel. Nothing in the sky can have hard, sharp edges like that on it. I mean, this is, at this point in time, it's just basic common sense. Okay? It's no time to be, sugarcoating anything. I don't do that anyway. And then you can see the piece of the vessel is extended out, and the alien entity or fallen one is right on the edge, right there with the chomper alligator hand. I'll zoom in on him again. You see his head, his neck, his other arm is here. Here's his body. Here's his arm and shoulder coming around into an alligator head that's attached to his wrist. I mean, you clearly can see the face. Look at the crazy eyes on this entity. Moving on. Let's go back to these vessels, folks. Secondary or third vessel that I'm showing right now. Okay? Massive, massive pyramid craft connected with the rest of the ship right here. Like a warship or an aircraft carrier. I mean, you can see the vector shape of this craft right here. Look at the detail on the front of it, folks. No way in the world. Looks like a part of the ship is opened right here. Okay, folks. Let's show some more craziness in this picture. Excuse me. Okay. Let's go to this massive face of this living entity, this vessel. Here's the gigantic head. It's connected. Let me zoom out. All this stuff is living. Okay, they're all working together. Trust and believe that when I tell you, folks. And I'm going to pull down the light and see if this comes through, because this one gigantic head right here has multiple faces in it. I think this was written in biblical scripture also. The multiple head entity, animal head, human head. I'll tilt the camera so you can see. You see this one guy's face right here? Crown on, beard, nose, eyes. Zoom in a little tighter. There we go. I'll point to him right there. You see his eyes and his crown? The spiky thorn crown. Okay, why do you think they call it a crown? Because it's on top of your crown chakra. Nose, beard, eyes. More crazy, weird looking faces. I'm tilting the camera to give you a different perspective, folks. It builds a different type of contrast, as you can see. Just take a look at that, folks. All the different faces. This is the main face right here. You see the horns coming out the side. Horns and the mouth open, eyes. Let's see if we can zoom in a little tighter on the primary creature right here. Bull horns, eyes, mouth open, front of the face, nose. Then we tilt here, we get almost like a lizard being's face coming out here. Eyes, nose, mouth. Okay, moving on. Okay, it's going to get crazier, folks. Trust me. All right. Now, this is one I put in a different spectrum just to show you the detail in the vessel. How, of course, people have been told this is clouds, but these ships, they produce this as camouflage. And in effect, it creates weather because they're doing a job, folks. Understand what I'm telling you. Everything here is under an order. And you still see the crazy looking entity with the alligator arm. This will not be the first time I showed the chompers. Okay. Now, Roger from Mud Fossil University shows these on his channel. Fossils of creatures that had alligators on their wrists that were living. You see that? That's weird, folks. You see it. Okay? Like I said, the time for cognitive dissonance is over. Okay? You can't tell me that doesn't look like a shark or a creature from the sea. I'll build the light back up for it. I mean, look, you see flippers or fins, dorsal fins, tail fin. I mean, let's look at that, folks. Look at the face on it. Eye, mouth. The living waters above. And look at the chariot, folks. Look at the massive craft. You got to be kidding me. Like this is like concrete, hardcore evidence. If you think anything in the sky can make geometric shapes like this, you need to slap yourself hard. I'm talking about hard in the face. And I don't have no mercy. Mercy is done. And I'm going to say it again, hard in the face for being so dumb. Not even grasping basic concepts from elementary school, middle school. Always people up there. You already know. Okay. It's just one entity right here. Let's see if it comes through. Not too clear on that one, but we'll pick it up on the next one. The original shot. You still can see the geometric shapes of the craft. We zoom in right here. And I think this is the one. Let me see. No, this one is still a little bit washed in light. But we'll just scroll around. It's the same shot, just looking for different things. Entities and beings always on the edge. I mean, you clearly can see like head, arm, body. Seeing is believing. You already know. This entity right here is flying in on some type of machine. Almost look like Buck Rogers. You see the craft is right here. And he is right here holding on to it. And you see the motion of it is going up. I'll hold that in tight. Pull down some light for perspective. Yeah, folks, it's really, really happening and going down. Trust me. I'm showing you. You could even see the pectoral muscles of this entity. I'll super zoom in. I'll let the focus catch. Okay, there we go. Pull back a little bit. Crazy stuff, folks. Okay. Show you some more of the weirdness that's going on. Let's go down here. This is the bottom part of the vessel. And you can see all types of entities are entering into it, flying up to it. Can't have structure and detail like that, folks. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Move on to the next shot. Okay. Zoom into the craft. And I'm going to take you into the cockpit. And I'm going to pull the light down. And I'm going to move the phone so you can see the entities that are sitting in there. You see those eyes clearly looking at you. These are all living beings, folks. Another one there. Definitely the one there. Smaller one there. But I'm going to zoom in as tight as I can without it being pixelated or blurry. I mean, just look at that guy's face right there, folks. He has this type shape on his head. Looks like the mitre hat that the Catholics wear, just to give you a description. And you can see it's his black mustache. I'll tilt that some more. We have another strange being right here. And a smaller one right there. Looks like a child, but not human. Okay. Zoom out some more. More faces being projected. Eyes, nose, mouth, chin. Living, folks. Now look at this entity right here. How is this thing so close to the sunlight, but it's black, and you can see it's some type of dragon entity. I'll zoom in on his face. Body. You see all the entities up here laced in gold. When you're seeing those colors up in the sky, folks, around the clouds, take my word, bro. Sisters, they're living creatures, beings. I can't call them people. Some are people, some are not. Here's the green ones. They're not coming through as green, but the original picture, this is like that lime green color you see in the sky all the time. Just take a look, folks. I mean, I really got you in close. Like, just take this picture in. You can see the beast, mouth, horns, flowy body, showing you that it's organic. Okay, and I'll zoom out in perspective to show you where that is. Like, that's right there, folks. Okay, then we come over, and then we have another strange-looking, weird entity. I can't even explain it. I could just show it to you. Just massive living vessels that shape shift and all. Okay, and then right here, you clearly can see the disc that's on top of this craft that's hiding. You see dark marks on the side, and it has a complete circle and another circle in the middle, and something on top of it. I'll zoom into it and show you. Look at that, folks. It looks like a giant ET head. Here's his eye. Here's his other eye. He has something in the middle of his head, of his forehead, and he has a horn or appendage on top of his head. Always like the Snorks, that cartoon from back in the, I think it was the 80s or the 90s. You could Google it. Image of the Snorks. They all have this type of appendage on top of their head because they're sea creatures, and that was their breathing tube. Okay? Understand that. And I'm showing you a creature right there that's popped up out the craft. Look at his eyes. Look at the thing that's in the middle of his forehead where his nose should be. And that's the point that's on top of his head, folks. I'll bring that down so you can maybe get it a little clearer. I'll super zoom it for you. You see his eye right there. Here's his other eye, folks. You can see he has eyelids. I mean, you can see the double-edged rim like all living creatures, most of them have around their eyeballs. Look at his other eye. Ever so clear on that side. Seeing is believing, folks. Okay, and you still see him. Zoom out. Moving on. Okay, we have some more of the gold entities right here. Anything gold up there is an angelic being, folks. From my observation and from what I've been seeing, that's what it is. Until somebody can prove me wrong, all I'm seeing is angels and demons, humans and animals. and everything in between that's not categorized. I mean, you see the face on that entity right there. He looks like the Grinch. Okay. I can go into these right here. More angelic beings that look like fish and spiritual deities just moving through the sky. People never look up and see any of this stuff. And if they did, most of them don't have a clue. They don't know what they're looking at. Massive craft. You see the pyramid right there. The arrested attachment of the craft. I mean, come on, folks. How can you not see that? Not saying the people that are on my channel subscribe to me, but for anyone that sees this video, how can you think that a cloud can make a shape in a geometric shape, no less like this? Okay. Look at this, folks. You can see how it's cloaked inside of there. It's just crazy. Okay. I see different. That's why I'm showing you. More entities on the edge, of course. Always the gremlins. We're going to let the focus catch up. Super zoom in. You can see them. You see body. I mean, it's anatomical, folks. Head, shoulders, arms. You know, like, this is a man. This is a woman. I mean, like she has her boobs out. Like, come on. Yeah. Okay. I know I got a massive, crazy face I wanted to show y'all. It's right here, folks. Look at that. And that's meshed into the craft. Look at all the detail. And then again, some type of beast, some type of dragon, some type of fish-like creature. And it looks like it's going into the mouth of this creature right here. You see his eye, his mouth is open. I'll show you that just so you know, like, when you look up, you're looking at living entities. You have not been told. Okay? You've been lied to your whole life. Okay? Can't bring me something that you heard from the media or that you learned from school, that you read in a book. Like, it's not that time anymore, folks. It's all good to study and do research, but we're doing like real science here, folks. Observation, watching in detail. No cloud formation can be shaped like this, folks. Do you see this? Look at this. This looks like the top of a damn mountain. Okay? Because people are asleep down here. They don't have a clue, but they're starting to wake up now. Look at the situation. You're being forced to do certain things, to wake up and be together, be a family, you know? And people have a hard time with that because over and over, just a slave. Over and over, a slave. That's all. Gotta wake up, my people. Zoom in right here. More of the crazy entities that are sitting in the cockpit of the so-called chariots. I mean, you clearly can see that's eyeballs looking back at you. Looks like the creature from the Bad Robot music logo. Okay. Let's see. This face right here becomes more clear because you can see the eye, the nose, the mouth, crazy appendages and horns. Every time I see gigantic creatures like this, they're always transporting other entities and beings. You see, they're all coming to this one mass. And I mean, like, yeah, flying head. Another flying head. Yeah, I mean, if you can't see that, folks, like, you know, I mean, that's a human head with eyes, nose. This is some type of creature's head. I'll zoom in super close for folks. You know, it's judgment time, folks. You don't understand what goes on above you. You really don't. It's a recycling of souls. That's why I'm telling you, you can't be tricked to fall in love with this place because you'll be recycled. Mavi 777 just put a video out of the moon, and you could see objects flying past the moon, leaving casting a shadow on the moon. Okay, so yeah, every movie you ever seen in your life before a murder or a death or a killing or whatever you want to call it, they always show the moon. So the moon's not your friend. They're showing to you in movies. Okay, every movie, every rap video, music video ever seen, always showed horns. This is what they do, folks. Okay, they're paying reverence to their God. It's no doubt about it. This is close in on the craft, folks. I mean, like, literally, I'm taking you all the way there. And you see how small these entities are? And amongst this gigantic, massive craft, you see all types of geometric shapes and designs, detail. Understand that if this thing landed, oh man, probably take up like 20 freaking blocks. And you got to understand, this thing is at elevation, folks. This thing will probably take up 20 to 30 blocks. It's so big. The one behind it's even bigger. And of course, we always have living beings up there with faces and all. I'll show you. I don't think anyone on YouTube ever showed anybody that was up on top of so-called clouds ever. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but like, I mean, wow, I'm seeing the dumbest videos get all types of major hits and rotation and love and this truth. Well, people don't want it, but it's okay though. Look at the situation that you're in. Okay? You thought she was free? Where? How? Somebody show me true freedom, and not less is mental. Because you are in prison. I did a video before. Prisoners that are behind bars are in a physical prison. Brick, mortar, and steel. You're in an open air prison, and now you being restricted. They just restricted the inmates in my city. Only out for showers. Everybody got to stay inside their cells. The same as you. Stay inside your cell. That would be your house. Okay? The shoe fits, you must wear it. This thing is all about control and mental slavery. You could be that fool. Not me. Look at the creatures. They look like they want to talk to you. Once they get the order, they're going to do a job. There's no reasoning. I've never seen a person reason with a lion and survive it. Or a hungry tiger. Look at the face. Eyes, nose, mouth, massive chin. If you don't think that's an eye, I'll zoom in on it for you. People that watch my videos, you should have no doubt in what I do. Be wary of entertaining strangers. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to wake the dead. Whoever can see this, whoever can hear it, and have a mastery of discernment. Some of the stuff I show don't even look real, but guess what? It is. I'm open to anybody for challenge. If you think I Photoshop anything, I'll take you out in the street in person, and you'll witness something right then and there. Whether you record it or you record it with your eyeballs. Seeing is believing. Don't talk me to death. Show me something. Tired of a bunch of people that fork tongue, silver tongue, con men and women. Show me something that can coincide with something like I'm doing here. Showing you living vessels, not nuts and bolts machines, living creatures that are machine and organic. And where do you think they get this transhumanism from? Artificial intelligence, folks. Look at the creatures, y'all. Unbelievable. I'm running out of time. But it's okay, though. We're going to leave you with this. Humanoid. Guy looks like Yoda. Peace, love, and light. Yeah, these are the chariots, folks. And it's angels and demons and everything in between. All types of weird-looking creatures. You're going to be in it for the ride of your life. Because guess what? The truth is more disturbing than a lie. That's why they don't tell nobody nothing down here. They leave you in a stupid state full of drugs, toxic water and food. You know? Everything to taint you. To keep you locked down into this grid. But guess what, folks? I'm here to help. I'm not from here. Okay? Not at all, folks. I'm going to show you something before this video's end. Voyager. A Voyager is someone who goes on a long trip, especially if he travels in a ship. Historically, Voyagers have often been explorers. A Voyager is a voyage is a long trip to a faraway land, and people who go on voyages are called Voyagers. That's me, folks. I'm here on a long trip. Came on a ship. Okay? Because that's what it is. That's exactly what it is, folks. Peace, love, and light. I'll leave you with these two characters that are in the cockpit. Clear to see. Stevie Wonder is not blind, by the way, but his punk ass can even see this. You think blind people can play instruments and pianos? Show me one in a modern time. That's how much they lied to you. Peace.